Did you know that most people waste up to 40% of their day on tasks that aren't even important? If you feel like you're constantly busy but not getting anywhere, you're not alone, and this video is going to change that. Today, I'll show you how to transform your routine, work smarter, and finally create time for what truly matters. We're not talking about magic formulas, but practical, proven strategies that you can start applying today. If you're tired of racing against the clock and want to take control of your schedule once and for all, stay with me. The difference between a busy life and a productive life might be just a few minutes away. We often believe that the solution to lack of time is simply doing more. However, this is one of the biggest misconceptions in time management. When we try to take on countless responsibilities at once, we end up diluting our focus and energy, and the results inevitably fall short. The key to changing this is to redefine priorities and understand that by saying yes to everything, you are actually saying no to what truly matters. It's also important to review how you handle interruptions and distractions. Constant notifications, social media, and emails may seem harmless, but every time you shift your attention, you lose precious minutes regaining your focus. Set clear boundaries, such as designated times to check messages or working with your phone on silent mode, and notice how this positively impacts your productivity. The good news is that you don't have to be a time management expert to improve your routine. Small changes can lead to big results as long as you implement them consistently. Remember, time is not against you, but it does require direction. With the right strategies, you can turn each day into an opportunity to achieve more with less effort. It all starts with the decision to take control of your time and use it to your advantage. Organizing your priorities is the first step to regaining control of your routine. We often spend energy on tasks that seem urgent but actually have little impact on our long-term goals. To avoid this, start by creating a clear list of everything you need to do, then rank those tasks according to their importance. A simple tool like the Eisenhower matrix can help you identify what is urgent and important, what can be delegated, and what can be discarded. Learning to say no is also essential for protecting your time. How many times have you accepted commitments or tasks just to please others, even though it compromised your own goals? Saying no is not an act of selfishness, but of prioritization. You don't need to justify all your decisions. A polite yet firm response can free up space in your schedule to focus on what truly matters. Among the most effective techniques, time blocking stands out for its simplicity and impact. This involves reserving specific periods of the day for specific tasks, avoiding the temptation to multitask. By planning your day in blocks, you reduce the chance of interruptions and increase the quality of your work. Additionally, it's important to include rest blocks, as overworking can lead to burnout and harm your productivity in the long run. Organization tools also play a fundamental role in this process. Whether it's a task management app like Trello or Asana, or even a physical planner, having a reliable system to plan and track your activities helps maintain focus and prevent forgetfulness. The key is to choose a tool that fits your lifestyle and actually use it consistently. The most important thing is to start. You don't need to master all these techniques at once. Small steps can make a big difference as long as they are implemented consistently. Take a few minutes today to identify your priorities, plan your day, and test a new strategy. Over time, these practices will become a natural part of your routine, and you'll see how it's possible to achieve more without feeling overwhelmed. Taking care of your health is also an essential part of a purposeful life. There's no point in organizing your schedule if you neglect the basics, such as healthy eating, exercise, and rest. Set aside time daily to move your body, even if it's just a short walk, and prioritize a good night's sleep. When you're physically well, it's easier to handle daily challenges and maintain the mental clarity needed to make good decisions. Personal projects are often the first to be set aside when we feel overwhelmed. However, they play a crucial role in bringing meaning and satisfaction to your daily life, whether it's learning something new, developing a skill, or working on an old dream. These projects are not extras, they are part of what makes you complete. Setting aside a fixed time, even if small, for these goals is an investment in yourself. The balance between clarity, purpose, and time dedicated to what truly matters doesn't happen by chance, but it is perfectly achievable with practice and consistency. Start slowly, applying one strategy at a time. Gradually, you'll realize that it's possible to live with more intention, making the most of each day without the constant feeling of racing against time. The life you imagine is within your reach. All it takes is the first step. Time is undoubtedly the most precious asset we have, and how we choose to use it defines the quality of our lives. While we can't add more hours to the day, we can learn to use them more wisely. The key to making the most of time is making conscious choices, prioritizing activities that truly add value to our lives. Simply reflecting on how we spend our time can be the first step toward making a significant difference in our well-being and productivity. We often believe that radical changes are necessary to improve our routine. However, it's the small adjustments that, when made consistently, create meaningful transformation. It could be something simple, like waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day, or taking a few minutes to breathe deeply before starting work. These actions may seem small at first, but their daily application accumulates into major results over time. The great advantage of making small, constant adjustments is that they are sustainable in the long term. Drastic changes can be hard to maintain and may cause frustration, but consistency in small actions builds habits that become part of our lives effortlessly. For example, establishing a planning routine at the end of each day, or learning to say no to commitments that don't align with your priorities can have a much greater impact than you imagine. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time. Click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. Another important aspect is understanding that everyone has a different pace and lifestyle. What works for one person may not apply to another, and that's perfectly fine. The trick is to identify small changes that fit your lifestyle and focus on them. Maybe it's setting aside time for a hobby or creating a stricter work schedule. The secret is to align these actions with your goals and passions. Time waits for no one, and the good news is that you have the power to use it to your advantage. By implementing small adjustments, you'll start to see that while the day still has 24 hours, how you use them can be transformative. You don't need to overhaul your life, it's the small details that, when added together, create the big change you desire. The time you have now is the opportunity to create the life you've always wanted. In short, time is the most precious resource we have, and how we use it determines the course of our lives. By optimizing each hour with small, consistent adjustments, we can achieve significant results. You don't need drastic changes or complex solutions. What truly matters is wisely choosing where to focus your attention. So don't wait any longer. Start implementing these adjustments today and see how your life can change in meaningful ways. Time won't go back, but you have the power to use it wisely now. Seize the opportunity to transform your daily life into a more productive, focused, and fulfilling routine. Time is in your hands. If you want to learn more about applying to American universities or explore valuable tips to improve your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, just click on the cards I've added at the end of the video. Take advantage and start transforming your future today.